Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Jag here, and in today's class we're going to continue with our Math 9 content, and what we're covering today is solving equations involving fractions. Okay, so with that, let's get started. So again, we're going to take some questions from the Principles of Mathematics 9. This is the homework and the exercise book. And again, it has a lot of questions that you can try for practice, especially if you did all the questions in the textbook. Alright, so with that, let's get started. So let's try this example here. Okay, so it's 9 equals 3, and there's k plus 4, okay, divided by 2, okay? So what we're going to do here, it just says solve using pencil and paper, which means I'm just solving the equation for the variable k. What I'm going to do first is take the 2 over to the other side. You're going to times this by 2, okay? So 9 times 2, okay, which is equal to 18. Okay, let's put it a little lower so we can see it. Equals 3 and k plus 4. Okay, so to get rid of the brackets here, okay, I can do the distributive property, okay? I can also, if I want, I can also divide both sides by 3, okay? But let's practice doing the distributive property here. I'm going to do 3 times k. Okay, so 18 equals 3k. And then 3 times 4, which is equal to 12. Does everyone see that? Okay, and in the next step, I'm going to take the positive 12 to the other side, so it becomes negative. Okay, so it's going to be 18 minus 12 equals to 3k. Okay, so we're doing 18 minus 12, which is 6, equals 3k. Okay, to look for the value of k here, I'm dividing by the number that is in front, which is a 3. So divide both sides by 3, and this 3 cancels out. Okay, so k is 6 divided by 3. K is equal to 2. Okay? And that's actually all we're doing here. It does not say to check your answer. However, if you do have to check your answer, make sure you're just taking your final answer and plug it back into the original equation. And both sides of the equation should be equal. Okay, so I'm going to make a line here. And let's try another example. Okay, so let's try this one. So 3k plus 5. Okay, over 2, and it's equal to 10. Okay, so again, these are equations involving the fraction, so I have to do multiple steps to get my final answer. Okay, in the first step, I'm going to take the 2 to the other side. Because the 2 is divided on one side, when you take it to the opposite side, you're just going to multiply it. Okay, so I'm left with 3k plus 5 equals 10 times 2, which is equal to 20. Okay, I'm going to take this positive 5 to the other side. Make sure you're taking the sign in front. And because I'm going across the equal sign, I'm just going to change the sign here. So I'm left with 3k. So I'm going to do 20 minus 5, which is equal to 15. Okay? And I'm looking for just the variable k here. I'm going to divide by 3 on both sides. And the 3 cancels out. So k is equal to 15 divided by 5, or 3, which is equal to 5. Okay, and that's my final answer. Okay, does everyone see how to do that? So again, you can see I'm doing multiple steps here. Okay, you should do at least 2 steps to get your final answer. Okay, let's try one more example. So I'm going to take this off. Okay, and let's take this off as well. Okay, and let's try this one. So this is pretty simple. And again, it's just to make sure everyone understands the concept, okay? So 1 equals 2p minus 3 divided by 5, okay? And I can see I only have a fraction on one side, okay, of this equation. The 5 is divided on one side. When you take it to the other side, I'm going to multiply it. So 5 times 1, which is 5, equals 2p minus 3, okay? And in the next step, I'm just going to take this negative 3 to the other side and change the sign. So it's going to be 5 plus 3 equals 2p. Okay, I'm going to add the 5 and the 3 together, which is equal to 8. So 8 equals 2p. Okay, and I'm looking for my final answer here, which is the p. I'm going to divide it by the 2 on both sides, and the 2 cancels out. So p is equal to 8 divided by 2. And p is equal to 4. Alright? I hope everyone sees how to do that. Okay, and again, even if you want to do like a mental check in your head, and the question doesn't ask you to check your answer, I would make sure I do that. Okay, so let's go to the next type of question here. Let me just take that off. Okay, and this time in this example, okay, there are going to be two fractions, and there's fractions on both sides here. Okay, so we're going to do h minus 4 over 5, and it's equal to h minus 3 over 6. Okay, so what you're going to do here is cross multiply. Okay, I'm going to take the 6, and I'm actually going to multiply it by the h minus 4 on the opposite side. Okay, then you're going to take the 5 here and multiply it by the h minus 3. Okay, that's also on the opposite side. So you can see when I do this, I'm just getting rid of the fractions right away. Okay, and now I can just use the distributive property before I put the like terms together. So let's open up the brackets here. So 6 times h, so 6h. Okay, and 6 times negative 4, which is negative 24. Okay, and again, okay, that is going to be equal to 5 times h on the right side. So 5h, 5 times negative 3, which is negative 15. Okay, so all we did in this step is just like open up the brackets, and what we're going to do now is put the like terms together. Okay, so I'm going to take this 5h to the other side. So 6h minus 5h, okay, equals negative 15. And I'm going to take the negative 24 to the other side, so it's going to be positive 24. Okay, does everyone see that? So you can also do several steps here if you want as well, okay? And you should still get the same answer. And this is just in case you mess up some of the signs or it's a little bit confusing. I would just add one more step here, okay? So 6h minus 5h, 1h. And then I'm just going to do negative 15 plus 24. Okay, which is equal to 9. And this is positive 9. Alright, so this is my answer here. The question says find the root of each equation and check your answers. Okay, so my final answer is 9. So let's try the check here. Okay, I'm going to take this, my answer, and I'm going to plug it into the original equation. Okay, so let's plug it in here. So I'm just going to write out the equation so we can see it one more time. Okay. And instead of the h on both sides, I'm just going to plug in 9, okay? So it's 9 minus 4 over 5 equals 9 minus 3 over 6. Okay, everyone sees that? So I'm going to do 9 minus 4, which is 5. So it's 5 over 5 on the left side. And on the opposite side, I'm doing 9 minus 3, which is 6. So 6 over 6, okay? So I can see that 1 is equal to 1. On both sides here, so I know that h equals 9 is in fact the correct answer. Okay, so I can see that doing the check does not take even that long. It just took me like 2 minutes to do that, and now I know with 100% certainty that h equals 9 is the actual correct answer. All right, so with that, let's try one more example here. Okay, let me take this off. Okay, and we will try also the check, okay, for this answer, this question. So let's try this. So it's d minus 2, okay, over 4 equals d plus 1 over 3, okay? And again, we're doing a question that's similar to the example we just did. That way we get more practice. We're going to cross multiply this, okay? So 3 times d minus 2, okay? And that's going to equal to the 4. And I'm going to times that by the d plus 1. Again, I just got rid of all the fractions. We're going to use the distributive property and open up the brackets. Okay, so 3 times d, 3d, and then 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. Okay, make sure you are watching the signs here. Okay, on the right side, 4 times d, so 4d, and 4 times 1, which is positive 4. Okay, now I can see I can just put the like terms together here. Okay, I'm going to take the 4d to the other side, so 3d minus 4d, okay, equals 4, and take the negative 6 to the other side, so positive 6. Okay, again, it does not matter which side you decide to take the variable on and which side you're taking the numbers on. Just make sure you are watching the signs and you get the correct answer. Okay, So in this case, I'm doing 3d minus 4d negative 1d is equal to 10 because I'm just doing 4 plus 6, okay? Make sure you note here that the 1 is negative. I'm going to divide it by negative 1 on both sides, okay? And my final answer actually for d is equal to negative 10. So make sure you don't put positive 10 here. That is the wrong answer, okay? Again, we are going to check our answer here. So let's rewrite the original equation, okay? And d plus 1 over 3. Okay, and again, if you do plug it into the original equation and both sides are not equal, that just means your answer is wrong, okay? Make sure you do go back and check your answer. Okay, so instead of the d here, we're going to plug in the negative 10. Negative 10 minus 2 over 4 on the left side, and then on the right side, we're going to do negative 10 plus 1 over 3, okay? And we just need to solve both sides of the equation just to see if they are equal, okay? So negative 10 minus 2, negative 12 over 4 equals, and then negative 10 plus 1, so negative 9 over 3, okay? So I'm going to do negative 12 divided by 4, which is equal to negative 3 on the left side, and on the right side, I'm doing negative 9 divided by 3, which is equal to negative 3. Okay, and again, it doesn't matter what both sides are equal to. I'm just trying to make sure that they both are equal, and which they are in this case. Okay, so I know that d equals negative 10 is my correct answer. Okay, now say I got d equals 10 and I didn't put the negative sign here and I didn't divide it by negative 1 on both sides. When you check your answer, you will notice that both sides are not equal. Okay, so I would make sure I check something really small like that. Especially for the signs, okay? So you can easily make a really small mistake and that will give you the wrong answer here, okay? All right, so that looks good, and that brings this video to an end. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you do like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see everyone in the next video. Thanks, bye.